this week.
Introducing the Capcom Showcase, a new live-stream digital event bringing you the latest Capcom game information. Tune in on June 13th, 3 p.m. Pacific for around 35 minutes of news and in-depth updates on previously announced Capcom titles. And with Resident Evil 4 being one of the previously announced titles that we'll be getting more information on, the hope, of course, is that they'll talk more about the PlayStation VR2 content that's in development. That said, I am kind of dubious. With the PSVR2 logo being conspicuously absent from Thursday's Summer Game Fest, it seems like we might have to wait until Sony's next event for some serious PlayStation VR2 news. But hey, tune into Monday's Gamescast at 6 p.m. Eastern right here on Without Parole, and we can watch it together and find out.
It begins now.
It looks like the team over at Cloudhead is envisioning a new way to keep players engaged in Pistol Whip with their new update coming this week called Contracts. Your assignment? Elimination. Explore a whole new way to take down your enemies and reap the rewards with Contracts, a rotating daily, weekly, and monthly challenge system built to keep even the most experienced assassins on their toes. Want to rack up some quick kills and get out of dodge? Step up for a daily bounty, a single scene that refreshes every day. For those looking to boast about completing a more dangerous mission, the weekly raid is available, a multi-scene operation that refreshes once a week. And for the veterans, experts, and those who have no fear, there's nothing more deadly than attempting the monthly ultimatum, a gauntlet of up to 5 scenes that refreshes at the beginning of every month. Contracts is slated to release this week on June 16th for PlayStation VR.
Let's go.
Developer Sin Studio is finally unleashing their long-awaited advanced combat update for Swordsman VR this week, featuring all new animations, predictive AI, and more. Expect a better-than-ever experience when the update drops on June 14th. At yesterday's Future Games show, developer Nox Noctis unveiled a new CGI trailer of their long-awaited PSVR 1 title, Do Not Open. But if this is the first time you're hearing of the game, then this trailer isn't doing you any favors. So let's break it down a little. Do Not Open is being funded by the PlayStation Talents Initiative, which is designed to help smaller game studios. And so far, the results, at least on the PlayStation VR side, have been, well, let's keep it positive and say promising, with titles like Neon Hat and Intruders Hide and Seek. But Do Not Open, at least so far, appears to be something special. VR horror can be intense at the best of times, and getting trapped in a spooky house with a wall-crawling demon baby out to get you isn't the best start to anyone's day. There's also a giant skeletal witch creature thing likely to burst through the doors and end you if you don't hide in time as well. So it's not looking good for slowpokes. What makes Do Not Open's brand of VR horror really interesting, though, is its procedurally generated puzzling. It's all based on puzzle room concepts of being trapped in a space and having to uncover and investigate the clues you need to get out. However, the house you're trying to leave will change its layout, the locations of room puzzles and items every time you play, creating over 2,193,360 different puzzle combinations. Each time you risk a game, it'll be an all-new challenge to test your skills. The story behind all of this sees you play as a character called Michael, trapped inside a warped and unearthly version of his own house, trying to stay alive, get out, and save his family. Do Not Open has suffered a few delays, and the game was supposed to be out last year, Halloween in fact, but all indications point to the delays being a good thing for the game. So hopefully when it comes out this fall, it'll deliver everything the team set out to do. It was only 2 months ago that we debuted the To The Top sequel from Electric Cat Games called Super Kit To The Top, right here on Without Parole. It looks to take the formula of the original with a metric ton of parkour action and infuse it with a brand new art style, enemies, combat, and more. As a huge fan of To The Top, it's one of our more anticipated titles. And although a PSVR 1 version might still be up in the air, today we can confirm that 100% it is absolutely headed to PlayStation VR 2. The clear highlight of Oculus's April event was the reveal of Ghostbusters VR by Dreams, allowing you to bust ghosts online with friends in first-person VR, which is something we've been wanting to do for years now. So finding out this week that it's also slated for PlayStation VR 2 was something we've been waiting patiently to hear. This not actual gameplay trailer doesn't show a whole lot, and we have a ton of questions regarding the moment-to-moment stuff. But that just means we're anxiously awaiting the next trailer Dreams will inevitably reveal.
Where'd it go?
I don't have the shot.
It's too fast.
Whoa, blast him!
Get him! It's a torpedo!
Desperate Vladivistok is a bullet hell VR action game filled with furious fights and adrenaline shootouts, accompanied by dynamic music. Dive into the criminal history of a hired killer in the post-Soviet cyberpunk era and fight with him until the bitter end. Desperate Vladivistok is slated to launch this summer for PSVR 1.
As a child, I learned to run.
Coming in 2023, the Synth Riders team is looking to try their hand at the 1v1 fighting genre. Rather than requiring the player to physically punch their opponent, you have to move, relying on your precision and reflexes to chain furious combos, activate special moves via intuitive, in-game controls to defeat your opponent. In Final Fury, the player views each round from a mixture of first-person views and third-person arcade-style perspective, which allows for more stylized moves and epic visuals. The game will have a growing roster of fighters, such as Tempest and Glitch, as seen in the announcement trailer, each with their own backstory, homestage visual environment, and music track to highlight their personality.
Final Fury.
This week.